I mean, you're close to my wife. I know she thinks of you as a confidant. What's going on with Mrs. Crane these days?
Going on, Mr. Crane?
She hasn't seemed herself lately. She's behaving erratic, not of character. Huh? Haven't you noticed?
No, she seems the same to me.
I hope Sam Bennett's still here. I forgot to tell him something.
What if Ivy's out there with Sam? Mr. Crane, wait! You can't go out there.
Why on earth not, Pilar? Whatever it is can wait, Pilar. I want to catch Sam Bennett before he leaves.
Well, you had several urgent-sounding phone messages while you were in your meeting. I didn't want to interrupt you then.
Why do you want to interrupt me now? I always have important phone calls to return.
Well, I just thought that...
Wait, now. You're not yourself today, are you, Pilar?
Sir?
Are you keeping something from me, Pilar? If there was something going on with my wife, you'd be the one to know about it, wouldn't you? She confides in you. Well?
Ivy, somehow, some way, someone is going to pick up on your feelings for Chief Bennett.
I want the truth, Pilar. Is there something going on with my wife that I should be aware of?
If there were something you should know, Mr. Crane, I would tell you.
Yes, unless you're telling me if we're to hurt Ivy in some way, then you wouldn't say a word, would you? I guess I have to get to the bottom of what's going on with my lovely wife by myself. That's for me. Take a message.
Yes, sir. Crane residence. Oh, yes, Mr. Crane. One moment, please. Mr. Crane, it's your father.
I'll take it, Pilar. Hello, Father. How are you?
I've been better, Julian. This business with your sister Sheridan.
You heard?
Of course I heard. How could you allow her to make such a mess of things?
I didn't allow...
No excuses, Julian. You know my feelings about any publicity concerning our family.
I asked you a question, Ivy. What are you doing out here with Chief Bennett?
Well, Ivy was just sending her regards to my wife. And she wanted me to tell Grace how much she enjoyed having us over the other night.
Oh, I see. Well, from the intent look on my wife's face, I'd have wagered she was talking about something much nearer and dearer to her heart than an aborted dinner party. In fact, I think I know the real reason Ivy came out to talk to you, Sam. It's about Ethan, isn't it?
Ethan. Why would I be talking to Sam Bennett about Ethan?
Well, you were going to tell me something important. Is it about your son?
You couldn't be more wrong, Julian. Aside from wanting Sam to give Grace my best, I wanted to ask him a favor on behalf of the Village Improvement Society.
No. You certain you weren't discussing Ethan?
Why would I be discussing our son with Sam Bennett? No. I simply wanted to ask him if the police could post a few more keep-off signs around the flower beds in the town commons.
Since when did you give a damn about that?
Since I've noticed that the mums are taking quite a beating. I even think that the dogs are being allowed to run off-leash in the flowers.
Oh, Horace.
I'm sure you think my idea's as big a waste of time as my husband does.
No, not at all. I'll make sure the signs are posted.
You know, my wife is a constant source of amazement to me. I would have sworn she was chewing your ear off about Ethan.
Why would you say that?
Well, she's almost obsessed with the boy. Has been since he was just a little tyke, sending him off to boarding schools, you know, Europe, whatever money could buy.
Julian.
He sounds like a very lucky young man.
Well, he is. He's my son. Of course, I could have done with seeing more of him growing up. It's almost shocking how little he knows of his family's position here in Harmony.
Oh, he seems like he's a very bright young man. I'm sure he'll catch on quickly.
Yeah, no doubt. But I would have bet my AT&T stock that Ivy was out here trying to talk you into vetoing Ethan's new position as police liaison.
Didn't even come up.
Yeah, it's amazing seeing how she's always tried to mollycoddle coddle our #1 son.
Julian,
I'm sure Ivy is very proud of him, as you should be.
Well, who wouldn't be proud of a son like Ethan? He's got everything he wants. The world is his oyster. He's a chip off the old block. You know, they say you can take the crane out of harmony, but you can't take the crane out of the crane.
Well, if you'll both excuse me, I have to get back to the station.
Well, of course, you're a busy man.
And don't worry about the flowers. I'll see to it the new signs are put up.
thank you.
And you will talk to Ethan about the first police board meeting.
Of course. You know, your son and I didn't exactly start off on the right foot when we first met, but I'm looking forward to getting to know him better. Good day.
You look upset.
I'm fine.
I was right, wasn't I? You can't stand the idea of Ethan's new position as liaison to the police department.
Why do you keep saying that?
You're awfully distressed about something. That must be it. Don't fret, Ivy. He'll merely be sitting on the police board. He won't be jumping into the line of fire. You really must stop all this. You're going to smother the crane instincts right out of the boy.
I would like to talk to you about that, Julian. I would like to talk to you about Ethan's crane instincts.
Never mind fussing about Ethan now. We have more important things to talk about. Father called. He's not at all happy with Sheridan's behavior since she came home from Europe.
But Alistair's gone. How would he know?
Well, don't be absurd. You and I both know there are no secrets from Father. He knows everything that goes on in all of our lives. Never misses a trick. Excuse me, I have work to do.
Thank God there's some secrets even Alistair doesn't know about.